right, hi everyone. Welcome to video number 2 on our catalog launch party day. So if you're just tuning in, this is my regularly scheduled Show Me How It's Done session, but I actually did a video at 10 o'clock introducing a little bit of excitement about the catalog launch party. Oh, sorry. Things. There we go. And I'm also going to do one at 2 o'clock. So there will be a few different projects for you to watch. So if you're on Facebook, on my page, Lauren's Scraplot, there are some games that you can participate in. I will have those open until Friday. So today is May 3rd. So until May 6th, I guess, at midnight. And you can go and participate in all of the games, questions, activities, and you have a chance to win some prizes. If you are just watching on YouTube, then I hope you enjoy the projects. And if you're in Canada and need a demonstrator, just don't hesitate to reach out. So what I have today is kind of something really exciting. So for all of my customers here in Canada who've placed an order in the last year, I have given you this little catalog lunch party packet. So I already told you to pull out the little wish list sheet from it, and you'll find a little explanation of what the day entails in here as well. So let's say you've pulled this now out of the nice sleeve. Keep it in the pile. You don't want to mess it up. Oh, hi ladies. I have Jerry and Carrie and Michelina. Thanks for watching. This little guy is a little kind of explanation for you of what you can do if you've got a giant wish list and you might want to join my team. I actually typed these up before I found out from Stampin' Up that not only do you get the $30 in extra product right now, so you buy a starter kit for $135 and you pick out $165, there is some in-color product that you can actually receive for free as well. So you get all 5 of the new ink pads, a pack of cardstock, pack of designer series paper, and grid paper in the new in colors. That's a $91 value on top of that. So it is a fantastic deal. If you want any details, I have posted about that on my page, and I'll also put it in the comments here in case you want to hear more about it. So on to our little project. So if you have this package in front of you, you're going to grab the white base and lift up. Everything on top of it is what we're playing with today. Everything underneath, just set to the side. That is going to be our video at 2 o'clock. Okay, so if you don't have this packet and you'd like to participate, you can use any of your own supplies, or maybe you're going to order these things and then you can make this once they arrive. So we're going to start with a nice piece of basic white cardstock. This is going to be a very simple card that you can replicate with any sort of scraps that you have. So I have cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and there's a little score mark right here at the 4 1/4 inch mark. I am going to just fold this card in half. I like to use a bone folder, or I have a nice sharp nail, so I just use that so that your card is nice and crisp. So we're actually going to set this piece aside for the moment because what I want us to work on top of right now is just a little piece of vellum. Okay, and now this vellum, you can see it doesn't fit the typical measurement that we usually use. There's a little bit more space on the top and bottom. And that was because, oh, maybe I should show you what we're making. There we go. That was because I wanted to fit 5 of these strips kind of evenly spaced on a piece. So this vellum is 5 1/4 by 3.5. And that will fit the 5 strips with a little bit of wiggle room in there. Okay, so like I said, set your base aside. I'm going to set that to the side. We're going to concentrate on this guy here. So I have cut strips from the new designer series package in our new in colors. So we have Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, and Sweet Sorbet. Now there is flowers on one side, or there's stripes on the other. You can use whichever one you want. And then the other part of the paper is, I think there's some gingham on one side and some polka dots on the other. I'm using that for a project for my team actually this month. So here we go. I have 5 strips. They are about a 1/2 inch wide, and then we'd make them 5 1/4 inches long. Now the easiest way to just do this is cut yourself strips that are 6 inches long, because then you can just trim them at the very end. So whatever way you want to do it is totally fine. These ones, as you can see, are a little too long, but that's okay because I can quite easily just trim them, and now I know that they all work. Okay, so I'm going to turn my 5 strips over, and we're going to grab our double-sided tape and just very, very quickly put tape along the back of all 5 of these. Okay, I like the tape because you can see how fast I'm able to do this. I don't even need scissors, and it's just quick and easy. There we go. Easy peasy. So you can start with whichever color you like, and you can either start at the top or the bottom or in the middle. So those are kind of your 3 options. I would not start with these 2 pieces. I'm going to just work from, I think, the ends. So I'm going to go with my bottom piece first, and I'm just going to give that kind of a 1/4 inch of a border. And the reason I like mine long too is now my stickiness is on the table, so I can keep my card in place. I don't have to worry that it's going to move on me. So I've put one on the bottom. I'm actually going to work and do one on the top now too, making sure I've given it kind of an equal border up there. And then we're going to just keep going back and forth. So you can put your strips on in whatever order you like. I went with some kind of rainbow gradient, but again, it is completely up to you how you do this. This is your card. And the thing that I like about this design is up till here, if you don't own this paper and you're watching, you can use any of your own scraps from another designer series package. Okay, so I put those, the little bit of space. I think this guy might end up having more space than I want him to. So nice thing about vellum is you can quickly and easily lift that piece off and just replace it. There, that gives him a little bit more of a buffer. I do think that 1/4 inch is kind of a good marker. So there we go. This is why I like vellum. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's very forgiving. All right, last piece here. Nicely in the middle. So there's our pieces. We can now trim those ends. So if you want, you can grab your trimmer, or if you've got a pair of scissors, just go ahead and cut along those edges. Whatever is easiest for you. So nice clean edge, and then turn around and do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Okay, so here is my beautiful piece. Now I'm still not going to add it to the card yet. What I want to do is I want to decorate it. So I have decided I'm going to play with the Nature's Prints stamp set and coordinating dies. If you were watching earlier, I had all my dies just like shoved in here. So now they're nicely laid out for you. Oh, sorry guys, I keep missing who's on here. Hi Sheila, Kathy, Amy, nice to see you guys. Okay, so we're gonna use this big, large die, and I think I've done it already. There we go. With some basic white, we're gonna cut ourselves that whole circle. Now I know you're saying, hey, this whole circle isn't on your card. What the heck? What we did is we're just gonna cut this piece in half, or roughly in half, however you want to divide it up, so that you've got now 2 pieces that you can use on 2 different projects. Okay, so this one would just go in the background like so. Now the easiest way for you to attach this is either to put a teeny tiny glue dot on there, Or I kind of like the idea that this is pretty free and loose up here. So what I did is I just took a piece of tape, you can even use Scotch tape, and cover part of the tag where you know you're going to have your tag or label on there. Okay, so you just attached it like that. You can move it closer to the edge actually if you want to. It might be nice to kind of almost touch the edge. That looks kind of cute, like so. And this other piece would actually look really nice. You could kind of do the C on there as well. So whichever one you got or works for you, they're all going to look different. So here is our piece so far. That set also has this gorgeous little label. So what I've done is I've just mounted one of my stamps onto a block. I chose to use the best wishes and happy thoughts because I figured that could be for like wedding or birthday or even graduation season, but certainly you can use any of those others as well. I am going to grab one of our new ink colors. So let's see here. Let's grab, I think I went with Orchid Oasis. It's just a little lighter. So we're just going to ink that up. Remember, these are super juicy because you've just gotten them. And that goes right in the middle of your project. Okay. This little guy we're going to pop up on dimensionals because it just looks great that way. There we go. And I'm going to stick this right across the front. Okay, so now I have most of my card, but I need to put it on that card base. So here's where I'm going to bring in my white base. And you can choose to either lay this flat on it. You would put your adhesive underneath where the strips are, or you can pop this up on dimensionals to give it a little bit of life. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure my dimensionals are only under a piece of designer paper. I'm not putting any in the vellum space where you could see it from the front. And we do want it nicely balanced. So go ahead and put quite a few on there. So I did 9. You can do whatever you prefer. And I went with the white dimensionals because that will blend in nicely with the paper underneath. Okay. And then this goes just right on the front of the card. Okay, so this is your first make and take if you're doing the project. I just want to show you the bundle in the catalog itself. So it's on page 90 and 91. You can see the stamp and the dies, and it's actually showcased along with this gorgeous sun prints paper. And you can see lots of blue hues in it. It's really, really nice. So if you're signing up for any of my classes, I think I'm using this coming up, or I'll for sure use it in one of the Show Me How It's Done videos to show you how it can kind of work with that paper. But this gives you another alternative too. Okay, so here is card number 1. I'm going to leave this one up here, and then I'm going to show you just 2 ways that you can bring your card to life a little bit. So instead of leaving our base just nice flat white, for this one, I decided I'm going to bring my Fern embossing folder, which is one of our new embossing folders, and add a little bit of texture to that piece of white in the background. So it's not much at all, but you can see under here, it does leave you with a little bit of a bumpy look, and it kind of gives your project a little bit of a focus to kind of work on. Now I grabbed also the brushed brass butterflies, and I just added one of those little guys to this label too. So you might have that already at home, and you can easily do this to your project. I did want to mention, if you're using this new fern embossing folder, it's one of the 3D ones, so you'll need this specialty plate. It's either blue if you have the old one, or it's gray if you got the new one. So make sure to grab that, and then you'll be able to actually use this folder to its full extent. Okay, so you're probably wondering, hey, how can I make this even better? So let me show you. I decided I wanted to bring in some of the stamps from the set. So I cut myself, instead of this branch, I cut myself an Orchid Oasis set of leaves and one of the little ferns. Now I'm going to show you a fun little trick, and that is to add Wink of Stella to this so that it not only looks nice and shiny, but it almost pulls some of the color and kind of blends your leaf. So hopefully if I set those two together, can you see a little bit of a difference? This is very beautiful, but it's stark white. This one, you can see some of the purple has now been pulled away, and it's got a really shiny finish to it. Okay, so all I'm going to do that technique is grab my Wink of Stella. It works best if you stamp this and then do this technique right away. I've had this guy drying for a little bit, but it will still give me the glitter look that I'm looking for. Okay, it just won't pull my purple ink colors as much. And then if you want, for your little fern, you don't have to color over everything, but just do little like lines to add a little bit of glitter here and there on it. And then once it's done, you can go ahead and pop these two up on dimensionals as well as your sentiment, and it's got a nice shine to it. And so there you go, 3 different ideas for you to use. You can use your scraps and just add a little bit of a tag. You can give yourself a little background and add an element, or you can go completely different and use some of those leaves from the set too. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that project. I am going to be back at 2 o'clock. I have another set of projects that I'm excited to show you guys. And if you're interested, on my Facebook page, Lauren's Scraplot, there's still lots of games, lots of opportunity for you to take advantage of participating. And as long as you're in Canada, I can mail prizes anywhere there. You can order if you need anything too. So I will see you guys at noon, or noon, it is noon. I will see you at 2, and I hope you guys have fun finishing up your little project. Bye!